Some of you may have noticed that when we sing an old hymn, it doesn't necessarily have exactly the same words that it had when it was first written. Sometimes that is to update the language, but sometimes it's because our biblical literacy is not quite as good as people's literacy was in the past. So I'm going to go to one particular thing that always strikes me. In the hymn Love Divine or Love's Excelling, which people often use at weddings, there's an expression that Wesley wrote in which said, "Let us find that second rest." And a lot of people don't know what that is, so it's been changed. But let me read where it comes from. It's in Matthew 11. "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So the first rest is when we're weary and burdened and we come to Jesus and he says, "I'll give you rest." But then he says there's a second rest, because he goes on and says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I'm gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So what he's saying is, you come to me, you're weighed down by so many different things. You've got this yoke upon you and that weight upon you. And I relieve you of those burdens and you find rest. But then what I do is to say, why don't you take my yoke upon you, so that we're traveling together, you yoked with me, and you will find that yoke to be easy and light. And what you will find as you're yoked with me and you're journeying together, you will find that second rest. Not the rest where you're collapsed and need to be refreshed, although that happens sometimes, but the rest that comes from being in partnership with God and knowing what it is in our daily journey to have that sense of peace, because his yoke is upon us and we're traveling with him in that sense of partnership.